It's been another week.
Yes, we got the money, okay? We got it.
You guys keep coming through.
Yep. We'll have the money coming into the account starting on the 15th with a rolling close, which is you start a close, but you also haven't cut off the ability for new investors to show up. But it doesn't super matter.
Yeah, we've hit the limit of what we can raise.
Yeah, we've hit the ceiling on the campaign. Unlike a Kickstarter where you can just raise money as much as people want to donate.
Yeah.
In this case, you have to claim your minimum goal and then you have to claim your maximum goal. And with WeFunder, there's a thing. It's
not just WeFunder. There's a couple of factors here. We started our business in
April.
In April is when we started the LLC.
If you are less than 6 months old, you cannot raise more than $107,000 without this CPA financial review. We were like, well, we don't even know if we're gonna hit 80.
Yeah.
Like, why would we spend all this money up front, money that we don't have for these purposes, to set up a review of books that if we don't even know we're gonna hit our minimum goal? And hitting 107 seemed like a pipe dream to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It just did. Like, it'd been so long since Pops. I didn't know if I put up this update, if anybody was still watching.
Yeah. If
Even
anybody was gonna see it.
For a lot of people, they watched YouTube at a point in their lives and then they are off doing other things.
Yeah.
You know? When we shot right past 80, we were like, okay, wait. Can we do our CPA review now? WeFunder was like, yes, you can. We have to put the campaign on hold.
It takes several weeks to get the review done.
Yep.
And then we can kind of restart at that point in time, and then it'll take several weeks, and then the Form C has to be filed, and then you have to be open for another 21 days after that. So we're like automatically looking at an extension of like 7 weeks.
Yeah. And at that point, we were supposed to already be making the movie. So it was like, we have to cap.
Yeah.
We are capped at 107 on this movie. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Now it feels a little bit like we shot ourselves in the foot, but at the time, you can't make decisions with information you don't have.
Yeah.
You can't.
No. And now we're gonna make the movie with 107 plus a few incidental, some incidental money from other places.
Yeah.
So that is what's happening. Thank you so much. And that is how the campaign that was at 135,000, essentially $30,000 is going to evaporate.
If we do this again in a year or two,
nope. It's gonna be later than that.
If we do this again in the future, we're gonna do a few things differently.
Yep, just based on how much work it is right now between our lives with our kid, our jobs, working full-time jobs, and then doing this on top of it. Like, once this movie's done and sold and everybody makes their money back plus more, I'm gonna want a break. I can already tell. Like, and we haven't even done production yet. I'm excited to get into production. That's gonna be where I really hit the stride of what I know how to do.
Production is what we know how to do. Everything that we've been doing up until now has been a huge learning curve for us.
Oh yeah.
Do I say that every week? I feel like I say that every week.
So what else happened this week? So Tuesday night we had a small batch of callbacks at the location that we're shooting at.
People that couldn't make it to our initial set of callbacks for one reason or another. And
the quietest, because they're building the haunt right now. So usually Steve and his team build the haunt in like September to lead up to October, or late August to September, whatever. They started building at the end of June, and they're currently building, and they're building like crazy.
Yeah, it's looking incredible.
It's looking incredible. We saw that on Tuesday night.
One of the things that we did this week is we did the callbacks at the location, and we got to see how they're doing.
They're building. Patrick and Steve are building.
Hey. So
Eliza's here for the first time ever.
But yeah, Jake, for your intents and purposes, this is going to be what we create the bed out of.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to get some balustrades and stuff, but we got the girl strapped to the ceiling here, which is for the haunt. But coming down on her, it's going to be a big bloody mess here.
Sure.
And then for the movie, we'll be able to just slap somebody on here, and this is cheerleader bedroom.
Nice.
And when it's not cheerleader bedroom, it's this.
Love it.
Yeah.
That dummy is my least favorite dummy.
Which one? Oh, the one right around the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she scares me every time. Yeah. First time you've ever been there?
Yes, yeah.
I've been to the haunt and the family fun center that it's attached to so many times, like leading up to this movie, but you had never been because every time I go, you're home with our kiddo. Yeah. We had a friend, hi Jill.
Thanks, Jill.
Come over. And she put our kiddo to bed and you got to come to the haunt.
Yeah.
And we did our callbacks, and the quietest place, since they were under construction at the time, was the makeup room where they do all the airbrush makeup for the haunt. And I'm not gonna show people, obviously, but I will show me reacting to people because the makeup mirrors were right behind them and you could kind of see me like watching them and like smiling and enjoying people acting. It was a very successful casting session.
Yeah.
And now we are mostly cast. With cast members, it's not just like who's best for the role. There is that. Mm-hmm. First of all, you're looking for who's best for the role, but then you're also looking for who you think makes sense with the other actors.
Mm-hmm. Which is why we did the chemistry reads as part of our callbacks when we were able to.
I don't know that we've actually seen the people that we ended up casting read against each other, but we saw them reading against other actors and kind of getting how they are with other people in a space in front of a camera. Mm-hmm. All important stuff.
Yes.
And then you got to play pinball.
Yeah.
Yep. It was awesome.
I played Jurassic Park and Ghostbusters and Willy Wonka.
But your favorite was?
Well, I know what your favorite was. My favorite was Ghostbusters.
Yeah. What happened Wednesday night?
Figuring out our casting, talking through all of the elements based on the callbacks that we'd seen on Tuesday.
Absolutely. And started notifying cast members. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I also spent a good chunk of time searching for audio engineers. Mm-hmm. Like we've got almost every department taken care of on who's going to be working on the movie. Mm-hmm. Audio engineers, I've had a hard time locking one down. I've had exchange of emails with one that sounds very promising, but I will continue looking.
Until we get it locked in.
Until we get it locked in. And it's mostly at this point, it's just dates. It's all weekends except for a few Mondays.
And our dates are pretty inflexible at this point in time, based on, all of the Tetrising you saw Jake do with all of the days on the table.
And it's not because I don't want to redo the Tetrising. I could redo the Tetrising. It's because we did those Tetrises according to team members we already have in place.
Availability of our special effects makeup, availability of the technicians that we need.
And then accommodating what the haunt is going to need come closer to
based on their
October season.
Operating schedule, yeah.
Exactly. Thursday night was more the same, and then Friday went back to the haunt to go through the entire script with our production designer, Nick. This is Nick, our production designer.
Howdy.
And we are sitting down to really talk through every element of the script that we still need to procure before production.
Absolutely.
And it's a chillier night than it has been, so they let me borrow a bloody lab coat.
We have plenty.
So now Nick knows everything he needs to procure, what we have in place already, what we need to dress when we get there, and all the incidental props and things that kind of need to come into place. Mm-hmm. I think that is this week. Oh, we also did an onboarding session with our payroll company.
Oh, yeah.
We had an hour and a half kind of session where they walked us through everything about how to log people into our payroll and then how to pay payroll. Mm-hmm. We are going to start onboarding contractors tonight and then employees as well.
Yeah.
And then SAG-AFTRA
made some progress.
Had not yet gotten back to me about my application, so I called them, and then I got bounced around a little bit on the phone system, and now they know that they need to get back to me. So an email's going out to somebody on Monday, and if I don't hear back from them on Thursday, I got to recall somebody. Things are in motion, but luckily we still have time to deal with all of that.
Yes.
Less than a month from shooting now. Yep. The first day is August 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
I need to look at the schedule. We were going to start shooting that Saturday, and then based on needing to shoot almost every special effects makeup sequence, all the kills, in August, it made sense because some of them are nights, some of them are days, some of them can be either, and so we had to just choose which weekends we were going to do days and nights, because you can't switch from a day to a night in the same weekend. No. Instead of starting on Saturday, the first Saturday in August, we're starting on the first Sunday of August, shooting the next day on the Monday, and then we have 3 days off before we start on nights. So we'll start Friday night, shoot Saturday night. People can try to rearrange their sleep schedules before they go to work on Monday.
Woohoo!
And we've lost the light. Oh, this is our deck. Eliza does this garden in the summer.
Yeah.
All these vegetables.
This is my little container garden. I've got some tomatoes and some lettuce and some beans and some tomatillos and some herbs.
I gotta edit this. We gotta do the payroll thing. We gotta kind of go through some tapes, figure out our last acting considerations, lock down that thing. When people audition for movies, they only hear if they get the role. They never hear if they don't.
Yeah.
And we've met so many nice people.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just like write them emails and be like, you guys were awesome, you did great, you were nice, it didn't work out this time, but that's more work also to do on my plate.
Yeah.
I might yet do it, but because it sucks when you're an actor to never hear anything.
Yeah. We met some really fantastic people.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get a chance to work with them in the future.
Yep, that's it.
Sweet.
See ya.